It's midday, it's day 53, it's Wednesday, hump day, and we're also doing waistline Wednesday. So that means say goodbye to your core muscles because they're not going to be here later on today. So just let a couple people come online, and today all you need is your bell and your chair and a little bit of floor space. You're going to be spending a lot of time on that floor today, guys, because we're focusing on the abs. Rectus abdominis, transverse abs, obliques, and then we're going to be hitting them indirectly as well with functional full body movements. Hey Krav, how are we? So how are we getting on, guys? How are the last 2 days for you? Monday and Tuesday, 51 and 52. We're in our 11th week of at-home full body workouts. And again, if you want to redo any of the sessions or you want to catch up, they're on the Instagram TV for the last 10 days, but they're also on our YouTube channel, link in the bio. So I'll be still uploading them to the Instagram TV as we go, and I'll still upload them to the YouTube channel, so you have two ways of accessing the sessions that you can do at home. And the beauty about it is, on a lot of the Sky home setups, you can actually play YouTube on your TV as well without having to have a Chromecast or Apple TV. There you go. Somebody didn't realize that. Now it's available. There you know. Okay, so we're going to get into our warm-up. Warm-up's not going to take too long because bonjour. Oh, look at you, all French, Carol. So we're going to take a couple of seconds in our warm-up. Doesn't have to be as long because we're really focusing on the abs today. Okay, so let's just get into the lunges to start. So feet hip width. Let's just get the posterior chain going along with the quads. So it's a big stride forward, drop the knee to the floor, pushing through the whole surface area of that foot. So there are swings, there are snatch, there are thrusters, there are cleans, but they are there purely to give your core a direct break. Give your core an indirect break, because we still involve the core in those movements, but it's not direct, if you catch my drift. The three exercises beforehand are, so we're going to be doing our obliques, we're going to be doing our rectus abdominis, we're going to be doing our transverse. So basically that means deep core, superficial core, twisting core. Those three areas are going to be targeted. 40 seconds worth of work, 5 seconds to get yourself into the next position. It's not 5 seconds of rest. It's 5 seconds to move to next position. That's what we use it for. Okay, so we're going to go down into the high plank position, and we're staying in the high plank position, and we're just going to rotate onto one hand, keeping the 2 feet on the floor, big twist, and then down and change. So we're rotating the torso, but we're also bringing the shoulders into play here. Nice and slow. Keep the feet back, hip or shoulder width, and just twisting that torso as much as we can. So we're going to start to bring the hip flexor into play now. So now bring your left foot forward. Big rotation after 3 seconds with the left foot forward. And then we're going to change. Bring the right foot forward. And after 3 seconds of right foot forward, keep the foot there and rotate. That's it. So changing every 6 seconds between left and right. Relaxing through the shoulder blades, emphasizing that twist, that rotation. So one more either side. That's the one. And standing tall. Okay, so we're going to get into it fairly quickly. 40 seconds worth of plank to start it all off. That's starting in 10 seconds. Keep your weight or your kettlebell nearby because we're going to be using it afterwards. So it's plank first. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So lock yourself into the plank position. Fingertips, ball of the hand, heel of the hand directly beneath your shoulders. All 3 points I just named are in contact with the floor. Feet are the same distance wide as the hands. Shoulder blades are relaxed. Stomach muscles are nice and tense. In 20 seconds, we're going to go onto our back and we're going to do a knee draw. So we're going to sit up on our bum, lean back onto our hands, and we're going to draw our knees into our chest, and then we're going to extend the legs out fully, tip the floor very lightly with the heels, and draw them back into the chest again. And that's happening in 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit down, lean back, legs out straight, and draw the knees into the chest. Extend the legs, tip the floor with the heels very lightly, and then back into the chest again. So we're looking to very lightly tip the floor with our heels. We don't want to load bear into the floor with the heels, just very lightly tipping floor. We're leaning back, supporting ourselves where we need on our hands, but primarily the core is taking the pressure. 15 seconds, and then you're going to sit in the same position with the heels on the floor, and you're gonna do A-frame rotation with the kettlebell or dumbbell, whatever weight you have. That means the bell is gonna start above the head. And sit into the position, heels on the floor, get your weight, hold it above the head, leaning back, bring it right down, tip the floor beside your hips, straight arms up and down to the other side. So we're looking for a full rotation on that torso. We're looking to keep those arms as straight as possible. If you're doing it right, you should feel a pinch on the obliques. That's just above the hip bone. And we are leaning back to ensure that core is engaged. 15 seconds, we're up, and we're into kettlebell swings. 10 seconds. Tough exercise because of that weight in play. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we get into kettlebell swings. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So again, with the swings, as I always say, soles of the feet pushed into the floor aggressively, shoulder blades pinned back, and then we squeeze that stomach at the top. So you can see that we're still using the core to transfer the energy, but it's not a direct core exercise. 20 seconds, and then we're back down into that plank position. Again, shoulder blades relaxed. Emphasis with everything is on the core, holding you rigid. 7 seconds, 6, 5, aggression in the leg extension. 3, 2, 1, bell down, plank position. 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. In through nose, out through mouth. So this is going to be very core heavy today, guys. So if you need to take a breather, slow it down, assess. If you still need a breather, reduce the resistance, assess. If you still need a breather, take a breather, short period, and then get back into it. So with the plank, emphasis on relaxing those shoulder blades, all 4 points in contact with the floor. 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, on your back in 2, 1. Down, round we get, onto our back, lean back onto our hands, legs out straight, draw knees into chest. So we're leaning back as far as we can. Our heels are very lightly touching the floor in front. We're drawing our knees all the way in as far as we can to the chest and back out again. The emphasis here is on the rectus abdominis, which is essentially the six-pack core. So we want to draw full range of movement. So we're extending fully, tipping the floor very lightly with the heels and contracting that core, drawing our knees into our chest. 8 seconds, we're back to the kettlebell, and we're doing our A-frame oblique rotation. 3, 2, 1. Keep the knees slightly bent, holding the weight above the head to start, leaning back, and bring it down, tip the floor, straight arms up, bring it down other side, tip the floor, straight arms up. And you are using your core on one side, which is essentially your twisting core, your obliques. So by the end of these 3 exercises, we'll have done our transverse, our rectus abdominis, and our obliques. 18 seconds, stay with it. It's also tough on the shoulders. Keep the posture between the shoulder blades. 12 seconds. 10 seconds. Then we're up into swings. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we get into our swings. 3, 2, posture. 1, let's go. So again, soles of the feet, aggression with the drive into the floor, shoulders pinned back, stomach tight at the top. And we're going to go into this one more round, plank, knee draw, A-frame, swing. And then after that, we're going into the beast hold. So the plank will then be replaced with the beast hold. So again, focus on that technique. Are you driving aggressively with the soles? Are you keeping the shoulder blades pinned? Are the stomach muscles being squeezed at the top? If so, you should already be conscious of your stomach. 4, 3, 2, 1, and bell down. Into the plank. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So the hands are directly beneath your shoulders. Your shoulder blades are relaxed. Your feet are the same width as the hands. And the emphasis, as always, is on the core holding you up. Core, essentially think of it like a corset, front and back, middle of the torso. Do yourself as much of a favor as possible and distribute the load evenly between the 2 feet and 2 hands. The whole surface area of the hand, tips, ball, heel, all in contact with the floor, and shoulder blades are relaxed with every exhale. 3, 2, 1. Onto the floor. Lean back. Hands supporting, legs out straight, draw knees in and back out. And again, very lightly tip the floor with your heels and get the full range of movement. And we're really trying to focus as much as we can on that stomach, contracting to draw the knees in and extend the legs back out away from you. 15 seconds, and then we're going to go into our A-frame kettlebell rotation. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest, knees bent, heels on the floor, bell above the head. And bring it down, tip, bring it up, down the other side, tip, bring it up. So we're really focusing, slow, controlled, straight arm movements on the core. Don't worry about the time, there's enough reps there if you focus on the technique. 17 seconds, if you're struggling, get rid of the weight. Keep moving. 13 seconds, and we're into swings for the last time. 6 seconds, squeeze that core. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we get into our swings to finish off this round. 2, 1, let's go. So when we're finished our swings, we are a quarter of the way through today's workout. So we're next exercise in 30 seconds. You're going to be down onto all fours, hands on the floor as if you were doing a high plank, and your knees on the floor with the same width as your hands. Knees are bent at 90 degrees and the hips directly beneath the hips. So what we're looking to do is then raise the knees no more than 1 centimeter off the floor. Think of it as the width of a pen off the floor. 3, 2, 1, bell down. 2 hands, 2 knees on floor. Knees and hands the same width. Hands directly beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, and raise the knees 1 centimeter off the floor. So we're relaxing our shoulder blades. Emphasis again is on the core. Just like the plank, we're focusing on the core, keeping us rigid and keeping us up off it. Controlling the breathing. If you ever need a breather, just put the knee down for a split second and then back up again. After this, we're going to go onto our back. We're going to put our heels up on the chair. So our knees are going to be 90 degrees with our heels on the chair. And we're going to sit up and touch the toes. Let's go. On your back. Heels on the chair. Knees and hips 90 degrees. Touch the floor beyond your head. Sit up. Touch as close to your toes as you can. So if you're struggling with this, just decrease range of movement. You're looking to touch middle of your shin. If you're still struggling, you're looking to touch just past the kneecaps. Full range of movement where you extend the arms beyond the head to stretch out that core as much as possible. And then you're squeezing your stomach muscles, drawing yourself up, trying not to swing the arms too much into it. 10 seconds. Now we're going to keep our feet on the chair. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we're now going to use our left hand to touch the outside of our right foot. 2, 1. Up we come. Left hand outside right foot, and then change. And you can use that spare arm, that elbow, on the floor to help. Because by doing that, you're ensuring you actually do a full oblique twist. What we're focusing on here is a twist on the core. Don't worry too much about the actual sit-up aspect. We're looking more for the twist across the body with the shoulder blades coming off the floor. And you can use that elbow on the floor to help get that body across, around. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we get. We're into thrusters on our bell. And let's go. Push hips back, sit hips down, drive the floor away, and then ride the lightning above the head. So what we're doing here is we're now transferring the energy from the lower half of the body into the upper half via the core. And if your core is not firing, that energy isn't going to transfer, and therefore you're not going to get the best return. So in 15 seconds, we're back down into the beast position. And remember, with your feet, guys, you're pushing aggressively into the floor with the knees pushed out to the side, and almost like you're screwing the soles of the feet down, corkscrew style. And rest. Down we get, hands and knees. Raise the knees off the floor, same width as the hands, let's go. So relax your shoulder blades. Your knees are a centimeter, no more, off the floor. Go through your checklist. Fingertips, ball of the hand, heel of the hand, are they all in contact with the floor? Suction cup style. Knees, are they still a centimeter off the floor? Are they the same width as the hands? Are the feet also the same width? Are the shoulder blades relaxed? Is the emphasis on the stomach? Is the head out in front of the hands? Or is it back behind the hands? You don't want it back behind the hands. If there's a drip of sweat to fall off your nose, it should land out in front of your hands. 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, then we're on our back with our heels on the chair and down. On your back, heels on chair. And let's go, sit up, hit those toes as close to as you can. Fully extend the arms beyond the head. So right now, my core has decided to start burning. That's just great because we're not even halfway through today's session. Whew. So keep moving, ignore the burn, and it's your core. You tell it what to do, not the other way around. 15 seconds, and then we're staying with the chair, and we're gonna get into our cross-body toe tap. So if necessary, slow down your reps in order to maintain that technique. Okay, rest 5 seconds, keep the heels up on that chair. Don't be afraid to use the elbow to twist, and let's go. Up and across the body. So it's up and across the body. Get the shoulder blades up off the floor. Really reach with the arm across the body to get that oblique twist as much as possible. Try not to have fun tomorrow or Friday, because if you laugh too much, your core is going to go into spasm and it's going to hurt. So the next 2 days are very serious days. Don't laugh. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, up into kettlebell thruster, 2, 1. Up we get. Grab your bell, onto the shoulder. Let's go. Push hips back, sit hips down, power through the soles of the feet, and then ride that energy all the way up to the sky. So visualize at all times the role of your core. So we're really focusing on that aggressive core contraction. Push the floor aggressively away with the soles of the feet, shoulder blades pinned and stomach tight at the top. I can be describing a kettlebell swing to you as well. The only difference is the way the arms steer the weight. The energy transfer is the same from the lower to the upper. The arms just do a different job steering. 3 seconds, we're back to the beast for the last time. And rest, bell down. Let's go. Hands and feet and knees the same width. Whole palm of the hand in contact with the floor, and adjust the posture and the load bearing until you feel it primarily on the stomach. Think of it as a hot band across your belly button. If you need to drop the knees for a split second, do so. Very short rest. In through nose, out through mouth. But trust me when I say you have an extra 5 to 10 seconds in you. So if you think, oh yeah, now I need a rest, you don't. You have another 5 slow breaths before you can put those knees down. 3, 2, 1. It's all mental. Onto the floor. Heels on the chair. 2, 1. Sit up and reach to those feet. And again, don't cut corners with the hands beyond the head. Touch the floor, because by touching the floor, you're stretching out your core and you're making sure that you're getting a full extension and then a full contraction. If you just go half back with your arms in front of your head, you're actually not getting a full stretch out on the core, and you're going to get a half return. You don't want a half return. especially with the amount of work you're putting in with your training. So slow it down, emphasize that perfect range of movement, full range of movement. 3, 2, 1. Stay with the chair. So I'm just conscious I'm creeping off the side of the screen. And let's get up and touch left hand outside right toe. Use those obliques, use those elbows to help you get up and twist as far over as you can. Think about your stomach muscles, what they're doing, and how much of a contraction and a twist you're getting. Whew. So as with most Wednesdays, we go a little bit heavier on the core. Today I figured, screw it, let's go all core. 12 seconds, and then we're up to thrusters for the last time. If you're anything like me, you're gonna have to go 20 seconds right hand, 20 seconds left hand, or 40 seconds two hands. And up we get, into the thruster. I'm gonna go 20 on the right hand first. And let's go. So I'm pushing my hips back, I'm sitting my hips down, I'm inhaling as I go down, keep my stomach tight, exhale when I'm in the top half of the way up. And I'm really aggressively transferring energy down into the floor to push as much through my core into my upper body as possible. 20 seconds to go, I'm switching hands. So after this, we're flat on our back. We're going into the dead bug. So the dead bug is where we flatten our spine into the floor and we keep tension on our core. Then we're going reverse crunch, and then we're going bear crunch. Rest, flat on our back. Knees bent, hips bent, 90 degrees, arms pointed to the sky. The small of our back is pushed into that floor. Our shoulder blades are off the floor, and we have tension right across the stomach. And we're just gonna hold that, and we're gonna keep the knees directly above the hips. Don't let the knees come into the chest. Don't let them go too far away. Keep them directly above the hips, and keep the knees at 90 degrees. Don't let the heels drop. Keep them up. Hands are pointed straight up above the shoulders to the sky. The small of the back is flat, the stomach is trembling, and it is burning. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs down. Hands on the floor beside your hips, slightly underneath your bum cheeks. And we're gonna drive our feet to the sky and back down. And we are keeping our feet directly above our hips because we wanna really focus on the lower core. And if you let your feet track up and over your head, you're actually not using the lower core anymore, and we're talking about that momentum using or doing the movement as opposed to the muscles. So we really want to focus on the lower core doing the work. So we're going back into the beast after this, and when we're in the beast, we're going to draw our knee very slowly up to our left elbow. So our right knee is going to be drawn up towards our left elbow. And rest into the beast. Hands and knees on floor, just like the last round of exercises. Up we get, a knee a centimeter off the floor, and we're going to draw that knee up to the elbow, touch it, and go back into place. And while that's working, the other knee is staying a centimeter off the floor. So we are taking the beast, and we are bringing a rotation into the equation, and we're bringing that knee really far across the body. Whoa, tip that elbow and back into position. And while that leg is working, the other leg stays a centimeter, no higher, off the floor. We're into kettlebell snatch next. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we get. Kettlebell snatch, one hand or two from the floor, straight up above the head. All one movement. It's all about coiling the spring with the hips dropping low, maintaining posture. 2 points, pushing the floor away, stomach tight, shoulder blades pinned. Again, I could be describing a kettlebell swing. So we're really aggressively pushing that floor away. And at that top, I am very conscious of my stomach muscles burning because I'm transferring energy through them. They're already fatigued. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bell down, dead bug. Let's go. On our backs. Hands to sky. Knees and hips 90 degrees. Shoulder blades are up. The belly button is pushed down into the floor aggressively. The spine is flattened onto the floor. There should be no arch whatsoever. There should be full contact of the small of the back onto the floor. This is a really, really good exercise during and after pregnancy as well, girls, because it really stimulates the rectus abdominis, which is the key to a flat stomach. You could do all the sit-ups in the world, but if you don't do the deep core transverse, you're not going to have a flat tummy. And rest, hands on floor, reverse crunch, feet to sky, 2, 1, let's go. So we're driving our hips off the floor with our hands, and then we are controlling the descent with the abs. We are not letting the feet do a rear tumble over our head. We are really focusing on getting those hips as high as possible and lowering them down under control. Do not let gravity just slop you down to the floor. Control the descent as much as possible. The more you control the descent, the more tension through the muscles and the better the return on the core. Wow, my stomach is burning. Whew. So we're going back into that beast position where we draw the knee under the body. 3, 2, 1, back to the beast. Whew. So hands and knees, shoulder width, knees up a centimeter, and then draw the knee up and across, and you're trying to twist the torso without sacrificing the height on the other leg. So we're keeping that knee a centimeter off the floor while we draw the other knee up and across, and keep the width. Go slow, shoulder blades relaxed. Ooh, emphasis is kicking my stomach's ass right now. 8 seconds, and then we're going into our kettlebell snatch. 3, 2, 1, up we get. Back to the bell. Set the posture, shoulders back, chest out. Aggressively push the floor away. Whew. As we drive the bell to the chin and beyond, without steering or without pulling, only steering. Whew. There is a load of blood not in my brain right now and down in my abs. 20 seconds to go, and then we're into our last round of these 4 exercises. So like I was saying, bye bye core. 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, exaggerate your posture, 2, 1, back down, last time, dead bug. Let's go. So knees are 90, hips are 90, and shoulders are 90 to the floor. Shoulder blades are off the floor, there's no arch, the back is pushed flat, aggressively into the floor. You know you're doing it right when those arms and legs and stomach start trembling. 20 seconds, stay with it. So really focus on pushing the small of that back down. You might need a couple of split seconds rest, but try not to let yourself rest too much. 7 seconds, 6, 5, reverse crunch in 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Hands on floor. Drive those feet up. Let's go. And again, it's all about controlling the descent. You don't want to just flop back to the floor. The longer your hips stay being lowered to the floor, the better the return on your abs. And again, we don't want those feet to track up beyond the belly button. We want to keep them directly above the hips. My back is squelching into the floor. 12 seconds, 11, 10 seconds, and we're back to the beast with an oblique rotation. Slow is pro on the transverse work. That means the holds. The slower you go, the better the return. And rest, round we get. Beast hold with the rotation, hands and knees and feet the same, up we get. Again, get your beast right, and then twist. Really slowly twist through those obliques. Draw the knee across, tip and back. As far as you can across the body. The more you twist, the more you're getting the obliques. I can really feel that on the outside of my core. Excellent work, guys. Shoulder blades are relaxed. Stomach is getting the crap kicked out of it. That's a good sign. 7 seconds, we're back to the snatch lift last time. I'm gonna go half and half, 20 and 20. 2, 1, up we get. Snatch lift. 20 seconds on my right, 20 seconds on the left. Let's go. And because my core is so tired, I've got to really exaggerate my posture and really focus on the technique. Because if that core wants to take a rest, it'll take a rest, and you will essentially just flop in the middle. And then there is no energy transfer, and you're going to feel it first, guaranteed, on your lower back. And if you're feeling on your lower back, it's because the posture's gone to pot. So keep the posture, changing hands. Woo. 10 seconds. We're into our last 4 exercises. It's going to be side plank raises. 3, 2, 1. Bell down. Side plank. Right elbow on the floor. Raise the hips as high as you can. Lower them down. Tip the floor. Go again. Don't put your weight into the floor. That's it. Nice work. So in 10 seconds, we're going to change the other side. If you need some extra help, top leg goes in front. Emphasis, raising the hips. Change sides. At the end of this round, or this exercise I should say, we're going into a scissors, alternate scissor, exchange or switch. We're going to lie flat on our backs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flat on your back. One leg in the air. And you're going to round your shoulder blades up, small the back flat into the floor. Change, change, change. Very lightly tip the floor with your heel. If you do not tip the floor, you are not getting full range of movement. And therefore, you are not getting the right emphasis on your core. 20 seconds. Again, it's the transverse hold with the movement, so you're going slow. 15 seconds. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 seconds. The kettlebell comes back into play. 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. Set yourself up on your hands, kettlebell in front, legs nice and straight, lean back, 2 legs up, over tip, 2 legs up, back tip. And we are looking to get lower core with also obliques. So it's a kettlebell hurdle. And again, those hands are not load bearing too much. The load bearing goes through the core while you do your hurdle, raise and rotate with the obliques. 15 seconds. And then we're going into kettlebell clean. That's where the bell starts on the floor, finishes on the chest. And again, you can use 2 hands or 1 hand. It's up to you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we get, if you can. So kettlebell clean, 2 hands on the bell, hips nice and low, drive the floor away, catch on the chest. If you're comfortable doing it with 1 hand, then go 1 hand. But remember, you don't want to flip the kettlebell over the top. You want to drop the elbow low underneath it. So as that bell fires up to your chin, you drop your elbow low to your ribs, which then stops the bell from flipping over the top. And you twist your hand in between or in behind it. Drive the floor away aggressively because you want that bell to be weightless. 7 seconds. We are into our side plank raise again. 3, 2, 1. Side plank. Right elbow on the floor. And let's go. Raise it, lower it. Raise it, lower it. Second round. So we're raising our hips, lowering our hips. We're really targeting the right side, underside. 5 seconds, we're gonna go left elbow on the floor. 3, 2, 1. Left elbow on the floor. Quick change and go. Break out your best breakdancing moves to switch from right to left. So in 12 seconds, we're onto our back again, and we're gonna go scissor switch. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. On your back. Shoulder blades off the floor, back nice and straight. Draw 1 leg up and bring it down and switch. And we are essentially in a dead bug position with the core while we bring a leg raise up and down. The shoulder blades are up. The small of that back is flattened onto the floor. You are very lightly tipping the floor with your heel. You are not putting your weight into the floor. And you are very lightly sandwiching your knee with your 2 hands to prove that you were up above your hips. Whew. 12 seconds. Keeping the legs as straight as you can. If necessary, you could bend the knees, that's fine. But we're keeping the emphasis on very lightly tipping the floor and keeping the core active. And rest on your back, bell out in front, lean back, leg raise, hurdles over and back on that bell. Oh man, my core is not here right now. There's a sign hanging on the door saying back in 10 minutes. Whew. 25 seconds to go, and then we're into our second and second last round of kettlebell cleans. 15 seconds to go. 12 seconds. 10 seconds. Oh, I wasn't lying when I said say goodbye to your core, right? 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we get. Onto the bell. Cleaning the bell away from the floor. 2, 1. Let's go. 2 hands or 1. It's up to you. But remember, you want to get that bell as weightless as possible so you can capitalize on it and change your body around it and catch it on the chin. If you have to double job and pull and then change your posture to accommodate the bell, it's not going to work. You want to drive so aggressively that the energy gets dumped into that bell via the core, and then it allows you, while it's hanging in the air, roadrunner style, to change your position and sneak into a more powerful position of posture. 2, 1, bell down. Last round. Right arm on the floor, and let's go. Raise those hips. So remember guys, this is your time. We're almost there. We're on the home stretch. Full range of movement. 10 seconds, we're going to change to the left side. Bust out those breakdance moves. Keep it as quick as possible. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breakdance. Polish the floor of your butt cheeks. So we're going to go side plank on this side. Then we're going to go into alternate scissor or scissor switch. And remember, with the scissor switch, the shoulder blades are up, the small of the back is on the floor at all times. Rest onto your back. Lie back, shoulder blades up, one leg up, and change it up. So you're very lightly touching that floor with your heel, very, very lightly. If you're struggling, just bend your knees a little bit. But the emphasis, as with every rep, is on the stomach muscles staying tight and controlled. There is no point in smashing out reps on this. You got to keep your shoulder blades up, keep the small of the back flat on the floor, and get that full range of movement. That means tipping the floor and then getting a good 90 degrees on the hips. 6 seconds, and then we're into our second last exercise. And rest. Kettlebell hurdles or overbacks. Lean back on your hands, 2 feet together, up, all the way over, up, all the way back. And the bigger that semicircle you draw, the better it is for A, the obliques, and B, the core as a whole. 25 seconds, and then we are putting the cherry on top with our kettlebell cleans, and then that is your hump day, waistline Wednesday, over. So don't regret it. You're on the home stretch. If anything, switch even more on, because you've got to be really focused in order to get the full complement from the muscles, especially when you're fatigued. 2, 1, up we get. Kettlebell cleans, 40 seconds, you're done. I'm gonna go half and half. Let's go. Push that floor away aggressively. Visualize your abs. Even though they're tired, they are still transferring energy from that leg and hip extension in through the core, up to the upper body, creates a weightless element to the bell and allows you to change your position to a more accommodating one. Change sides, 20 seconds to go. There is no point in pulling. If you find yourself pulling with your arm, you are not holding the correct posture and you are not driving the floor away. So use that as a cue to perfect the posture, slow down the reps, and exaggerate the aggression. 3, 2, 1, done. Whew. Kids were kicking off, so Nick's going to do her last round. To catch up. Look at that hairstyle, jeez. Might need another haircut this weekend, Nick. So guys, that's your Wednesday. How are the abs feeling? Mine are burning. I'm gonna be very conscious of them tomorrow. So control your breathing, in through nose, out through mouth. Let me know how you're getting on. And that was not a bad workout. Why did my watch stop? Okay guys, so we're gonna go to a passive stretch. Feet nice and wide, soften the knees, put all the weight on your heels, push your hips out the back, and just let those hands just hang. The shoulder blades are opening up, the hamstrings are stretching out. You're controlling your breathing, in through nose, out through mouth. That's it guys, nice work. Today was a good tough session on the core. Controlling your breathing. Now you're going to raise your right hand, big torso rotation, right hand to the sky, left hand stays on the floor, controlling your breathing in through nose, out through mouth. Slowing the heart rate down as best we can, and then changing sides. Side plank raises next, Nick, yeah? Oh, good stuff. Ignore those beeps, they're just for herself who wants to catch up. Okay, last one we're going to do. We're going to do interlock fingers behind the head, big stride forward, drop the knee to the floor, really push your hip forward and relax. So I've got my left knee on the floor, relax your left glute cheek and let the body just sink through those hips. Big stretch on the core, through the hip, into the quad, and just relax as much as possible through the shoulder blades and let that stretch just take hold. Be passive as possible. Control the breathing in through nose, out through mouth. And then we're going to switch to the other side, the other knee on the floor. Let the body drop forward, stretching out those hip flexors, the abs, the quads. Relax your butt cheek, shoulder blades relax, chilling out. Is that your last exercise, Nick?
Yeah.
She's on her cleans. When she's finished the cleans, we'll let her stretch. I can really keep an eye on her technique for her now. I'll give you a 7 out of 10. -3 because you're not smiling. Okay, up we come guys. We'll just do a last little stretch on the core. Drop your right hand down the back in between your shoulder blades. Left on the elbow, pull to the right, or the left, feel the stretch on the right. Stretching out the right side of the core, feel the pain, excellent. Yeah, it was a good sore core session, right Krav? And change other side. Pulling to the right, feel that stretch on the left. Like I was saying guys, say goodbye to your core. You guys try not to laugh over the next few days, because you will be very conscious of those contractions on the core. Whew. Okay, back to center guys. Big breath in through the nose. Sanity reinstated, thank you. You're very welcome, Karen. Whew. Burn baby burn out. You're very, yeah, it was a tough one, it wasn't Nadine. Trishy, you're gonna have to be doing your laundry down by the river on that 6-pack by the end of this. Feel the pain, excellent. Brillo, you're very welcome in. Okay guys, so tomorrow, Karen, you're very welcome. Tomorrow is Thursday. Thursday is no holds barred, followed by bodyweight Friday. So go have your shower, eat some food. You're very welcome, Suzanne Flood. Core blimey, very good pun, well done, Connor Mullen. Okay, so I will see you tomorrow for a no holds barred session. Good luck.